Sandra, U.S. Naval Chief warning that China could be planning to make a move on Taiwan very soon, maybe even within weeks. This would be in line with comments just days ago from the Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, saying China is speeding up its timeline for an invasion. Let's bring in Florida Republican Congressman Michael Waltz. He's a member of the House Armed Services Committee and also a former Green Beret commander. Congressman, the comments come from Admiral Michael Gilday, who's the chief of naval operations, saying that either later this year or next year, China could make a forceful move on Taiwan. That is a chilling forecast.
It is, John. I mean, I'll say most analysts and reporting still believe that the real window is 2027 to 2030, when Xi could make a military move in Taiwan. He's told his military to be prepared to stop the United States from intervening by 2027. But there are other analysts, and I think this is what the chief of the Navy was echoing, that say Xi is speeding up. He wants this done on his watch. That he has his own internal problems in the Chinese economy. Dictators and authoritarians love to distract from those problems with an external crisis. We're seeing that in Ukraine as well. But the other pieces, John, are that Taiwan has elections in 2024. Of course, the United States does in 2024. And right now, the U.S. military is on a decline as it tries to recover from the last 20 years of Middle East wars, and then as it tries to modernize, so that Xi may see a real window there politically, internationally, and with the U.S. military.
Yeah, Xi just recently got through the 20th Communist Party Congress, where he won a third and unprecedented term. Here's what he said at the Congress about Taiwan. Quote, resolving the Taiwan question is a matter for the Chinese, a matter that must be resolved by the Chinese. We will continue to strive for peaceful reunification with the greatest sincerity and utmost effort, but we will never promise to renounce the use of force, and we reserve the option of taking all measures necessary. Two messages there. One was, we will do whatever it takes to bring China back into the fold, and U.S., keep your nose out of it.
No, that's right. Xi has essentially told his military to prepare for war, that they are going to take Taiwan one way or another, and he's almost 70 years old. He's going to do it on his watch. That's the next 10 years. Bottom line, John, is we're running out of time. And why does this matter? Well, if he takes Taiwan, he'll control about 50% of global GDP, because he will be able to control the trade and the shipping into Japan, South Korea, Malaysia, Indonesia, all of East Asia, not to mention about 90% of the world's computer chips. So this is absolutely in our interest to stop this from happening, unlike what happened in Ukraine, where we did not deter Russia. We need to stop this from happening. We need to arm up Taiwan. We need to bring our supply chains back home, because a key part of China's strategy is to choke off things like our pharmaceuticals, our antibiotics, the key ingredients for electric batteries, to deter us from getting involved. And I think we need our own military buildup and our own clarity that we will defend Taiwan on the front line of democracy, on the front line of freedom around the world, because this will be a major step towards Xi's vision of becoming the global superpower. He also told his Congress that they're not going to be a superpower on his watch. They're going to be the superpower and replace the United States and the American dream with the China dream. That's not a world I want our kids and grandkids growing up in.
I want to get one quick question in here, because you mentioned U.S. troops being on the front lines of defending Taiwan. The Centers for Strategic and International Studies gamed that out, and here's what they found would happen: that the U.S. probably would keep Taiwan out of Chinese hands, but it would come at the cost of 500 to 900 U.S. aircraft, 20 surface ships, 2 aircraft carriers, and high casualties. If China tries to take Taiwan by force, do you have any doubt that the U.S. will go to war with China?
John, we have to be ready. We have to prevent it in the first place. A global war over Taiwan will be devastating for our economy and the global economy, and Americans will die. And I'm not sure that we will prevail.
All right. That's not a comforting thought. Congressman Michael Waltz, thanks for joining us.
We have to do more, John, and we have to do it fast.
All right. Thanks for joining us today. Appreciate your thoughts.